Hello there and welcome to Stylirish, where Ed Farnan is joining us today from California. Hi Ed, how are you?
Hello, Theta. I'm doing very well. How are you today?
I'm great. And listen, how is the atmosphere there for this week for St. Patrick's Day?
Well, right here in the Bay Area of San Francisco is where I live, and we're surrounded with festivities in most of the towns around here. San Francisco, of course, has a big Irish and Irish American population, so there's a large parade and festivities in the downtown district. And then the outlying districts, one of the festivities actually that I'm going to attend is in a town called Dublin, right here in California.
Right.
And that's the one I'm going to go to, and they have actually a 2-day gala affair with a parade and all kinds of Irish celebration and St. Patrick's celebration. So it should be quite a great experience, and the Bay Area is very cognizant of its Irish roots and Irish history and really honors its population out here.
And how many people roughly that there might be there?
Oh gosh, in San Francisco it'll be swarming with people. I mean, everybody, on St. Patrick's Day around here, everybody gets to be Irish.
Yeah.
So, the population swells. It probably, let's see, the population of California I think is like 30 million. So there's going to be close to that of Irish people here on that day. So I would say, yeah, everybody's going to be a little bit Irish, Theta. So it's going to be quite a celebration.
Yeah, that sounds like a big party, all right. And listen, what do you usually do on the day?
On St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, yourself.
Myself, I personally, well, I always have, it's been a tradition for us for a long time to always have corned beef, of course, and cabbage and potatoes, and we have that at some point during the day. And usually I'll go to one of the parades in the area and enjoy my day that way. It's probably just a way to honor our Irish roots and just acknowledge it. So it's a good day for that. So every St. Patrick's Day, we do something like that.
And listen, Ed, talk a bit about yourself, like about your Irish roots. Like, where is your family from?
Well, the family my grandparents were one of my grandparents is directly from Ireland, and then the rest of my family have come from Ireland. My brother and I went back and visited Ireland, and there's a little town called Farnan, which we weren't even aware of until we got there. And of course, we visited. We wanted to claim the town, but they didn't want to give it to us. But that has a little, a couple of pubs and a little gasoline station in it. So we were very happy to see that. That's over there, kind of on the way to Galway. It's just in the middle of nowhere, actually, just a little fork in the road. And so that's where my grandparents, they came from different parts of Ireland, and but they all ended up in New York. And then from New York, my parents came to California, and my father was in the service in the Marine Corps. Mm-hmm. And they really liked California and stayed here, and I've been here most of my life in California.
Yeah, I know that you still work actually in connection with your Irish roots as well. Like you're a journalist, right?
Yes, that's what I do. I write for Irish Central. I am their columnist that I write the column called From the Right.
Yeah.
And I have more of a conservative view on how the political system works around here, and I put my opinion on that. And it just kind of balances out everything else. So when I see things through the prism of my lens, and I put my opinion out there. And and it's kind of fun to banter back and forth with people because it's a blog and people can write their comments on there and say, Farnan, that was the dumbest article I've ever seen. I'll get a lot of that, and then I'll say, people, God bless Ed. So I get the whole gamut of reactions with my articles. Now, just recently, last week, I had a very, very nice interview with Jerry Adams.
Right. Yes.
And we had a very good conversation. It was interesting to talk to him and get some of his personal opinions on his life and how it's affected him and how we're so interconnected between Ireland and America. There's just so much between us.
True.
And how actually America has helped Ireland so much, and vice versa, Ireland has helped us so much too.
Absolutely.
And when I see that, I see especially when I see, like in the civil rights movement, how the Irish people from Ireland and the Irish Americans here are so involved in that. We know what it's like,
Yeah.
and we like to help people struggle with their for equality. So you see that all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been to write my column has been very very satisfactory for me in the respect that I'm able to voice opinions for a lot of people and get it out there. So my column gets carried out all over the place. Actually, it's in a lot of different publications.
Yeah. That's beautiful, really. And how is for you actually, like, to feel Irish, like, not just on St. Patrick's Day, but, the whole year around?
Well, I always feel that. Then, when we have, it's like when we went to Ireland. It's like when I go there to Dublin, and it'll feel like I'm like right at home. It's such a feeling. It's hard to explain, but it just feels like everybody around there is just my relative. It's just the lilt of the voices, the way people are, the expressions. And when I went there the first time, it was this accent that I said, okay, now I understand this accent that I heard from my grandparents when I lived in New York. When I lived, in Brooklyn, it was just a hybrid of the Irish accent, and it was so familiar to me. At first I couldn't quite understand how your accent, and then it became very comfortable, and I was able to hear it. So all year long with the Irish roots that we have, I have friends that are Irish Americans, and of course, America is such a melting pot. We have everybody here. That's the thing about it. Everybody's welcome here in America, and that's what makes it such a great place in a lot of ways. It's a rough and tumble place.
True, yeah.
And there's a lot of Irish Americans here, and you can see them, especially as it was like in the police forces and fire departments and stuff like that, and in the construction industry. How we've helped build America, and actually, I've done some stories on how the Irish helped build the railroads across America too, and helped in the Civil War, and how a lot of the new Irish immigrants were in the Civil War, and they were fighting to end slavery. They're very, saying, look, we need to do that. So they're very inspired by that.
Yes.
We have a rich cultural history, Ireland and the United States.
I said, from your point of view, what is the most fascinating thing about it?
About our Irish cultural?
Yeah.
Well, what I've looked at is because I meet so many people that they read my column, and they'll come up to me and they say, Ed, and then they'll tell me about their Irish heritage, about how their great grandparents came here, but they always feel this connection. And they said, well, thank you very much for writing, and we love to read your blog, and it really makes us feel good and feel connected with Ireland. So to me, that is a very satisfactory feeling to have that kind of feedback, and to see everything that we've done out here. It's like close by, there's the Silicon Valley. I mean, there's a lot of Irish people involved in all the high-tech industry and a lot of the big breakthroughs in technology.
Yes.
And I know that that has been transferred over to Ireland too. I know that there's a big presence over there, and we draw a lot of the really high-tech people from Ireland back over here too to help. So
right.
it's a very symbiotic relationship, and you can see it. And you can see it really working well, because the Irish people are such an asset no matter where they go. I mean, they're a great asset to society, well-educated, hard-working, and they want to make a better life for themselves. And as I've written stories, I've explored where we have emigrated all over the world. Wherever we go, we make a big difference. And I actually wrote a story on the Irish that immigrated to Central America and South America, and were very critical and pivotal in a lot of the revolutions down there, fighting for freedom and getting rid of colonial rule.
Yes.
Because, they knew what it was like to be in Ireland and having a colonial rule. So then they went to a new land and they saw the same thing happening there. They fought against it. And it was very, very eye-opening to me. So as I get to write, not only is it knowledge that I have, but I get to get even more too when I start to investigate. So it's a very worthwhile pursuit.
I understand that. Yeah. And listen, talking about having fun, do you have fun the same way as we have here? Like, do you enjoy yourself, and drink and, and party the same way as we do here?
Well, I think, fun can be, anything. Fun can be sitting down talking to really smart people and fun people and just having a conversation about just about anything. But like here in California, we have so much right here because we have the ocean, just like like we have in Ireland. We're an island, but
Yeah, but you have nice weather though.
Well, not right now. It's pretty bad actually. It's raining.
Oh no.
Well, it's okay because it's been our whole winter has been very weird. It's been almost like springtime conditions, so we welcome the rain. It's nice to have. Yeah. But right off the coast here, we have huge waves right real close to here. We have this place called Mavericks, and they have one of the world championships of surfing. And I know that Ireland has that too. They have huge waves. Yeah. But they have 60 to 80 foot waves out here, so you get some of the top surfers in the world that come out here and surf. And there's little headstones out by there by some of the surfers that have been killed over the years by these huge waves. So as far as a spectator sport, it's really something to watch. These guys on their surfboards, they look like little fleas on the back of a dog. These waves are so huge. So we have that. We have the all the ocean sports that you could want, and boating, and then not too far away we have the mountains that are there's lots of ski resorts up there for skiing and snowboarding, and that's a whole world in itself. So yeah, there's plenty of things to do around here, if you want. And then there's hiking. There's beautiful scenery. We have the ancient redwood forests and groves that these trees are thousands of years old. They're not as old as the yews, but they're close, and they're very they're such primeval forests. They're just wonderful to walk through. And of course, we have great entertainment. We have some of the best. We have Hollywood down here where they make a lot of the films. Sure, we have some of our musicians are just top notch. Of course, we always love Bono when he comes out here and visits us.
Yeah. And listen, talking about music, actually, is any of the Irish music popular there? What's your personal taste in terms of music?
Well, the music out here, we have when there's Irish bands, of course we love to hear their music, and there's been, they come out here and they'll be in the San Francisco area and some of the clubs around here, so we'll listen to them. Bono, of course, everybody knows Bono. Yeah. That's the big draw. Everybody knows and respects and loves U2 music.
Oh, that's great.
You hear them. It's just like this cultural beat that just goes right to your soul, and they know how to make music that speaks to us, and a lot of the Irish music does. It's very emotional. You really feel it.
That's true,
yeah. It's we have wonderful artists as far as that goes. Just a real blessing when we hear the Irish music.
Anything else that you would like to say, or maybe any special thought for this St. Patrick's Day?
Well, what I want to say to all my cousins, brothers, and sisters, around the world in the Irish community is that we all feel very connected, very special people, and really want to make and see that Ireland is a very welcoming place for its residents and its citizens, and make it a place to stay and be beautiful and have a great economy. So my message on St. Patrick's Day is, to put a lot of blessings. I know there's no more snakes there, but I want to make sure that Ireland is a very wonderful place for its people, and a happy place. And that's my message to Ireland.
And it's a beautiful message. Thank you very much for that. And thank you, of course, for being with us. It is absolutely a pleasure to talk with you today. Yeah,
Absolutely, Theta. Thank you.
thank you. And let me say happy St. Patrick's to you.
Thank you, and
Okay.
happy St. Patrick's to you too.